Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Beat the Book. I am your boy BigAL Bettor, joined as always by my co-host MattyBets. Matt, how are you doing this fine evening?
I'm doing good, Big Al. Thanks for asking. We just got done watching Sunday Night Football. Banger of a game.
Oh, what a legend!
Went to overtime. Jaden Daniels did what he does. Commanders get the win, get the playoff spot. Seattle, unfortunately, is eliminated from the playoffs. It's not like I would have called that at all. Maybe,
Hmm.
maybe start of the season. What was that? Schedule breakdown videos.
Oh, really? Yeah,
Yeah,
45 views on that video. A
yeah.
lot of our friends watched it. They disagreed a lot, and here we are. They missed the playoffs, just like we said it would. And yeah, no, it was a great game. We also called the over under and the spread perfectly. We both were in lockstep with it. We gave that one out. Unfortunately, it was 2 hours before game time, not a day before like we normally do. So most people probably didn't get in on it. But that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about Lions at 49ers. Monday Night Football. The spread is 3.5. Niners are the underdogs at home. Over under set at 50.5. Lions don't really need this game. They can lose this game, and it still all just comes down to next weekend against a Sunday Night Football final game of the season against the Vikings for who controls the NFC North. Um,
And the NFC.
with that and the NFC, the one seed is up for grabs. So with that being said, Matt, how do you see this game going? And what are your leans on the over under and the spread?
Okay, so before I jump into that, I wanted to ask you, so our viewers know, how are you betting this game? Are you betting this game scared? Are you betting this game taking it at face value, saying, hey, this is another game, this is how I'm betting it? You going a little conservative? Or are you just saying, hey, Lions, Niners, that's what we got for Monday night. Lions are going to go out there, play hard. 49ers will play hard. Treat it like another game.
Dan Campbell has kind of been consistent all year long. He's just played his style of football. I expect that to continue. I don't think he's going to pull guys out or only play a half of football. I think he wants his guys playing the same way consistently all the way through. So I think he's just going to play this game like normal, like they need this game, even though they don't. And that's how I expect him to play it. So I'm going to go ahead and bet it, and my picks are based on them just assuming this is a normal game. Go in there, bite the kneecap, win the game. That's how I'm going to go ahead and bet the game. Is that mindset?
Okay, yeah, it is tough in games like this where it's like they technically don't need the win. So obviously, us as bettors, you guys following our bets and betting your own games, it's hard to be like, okay, are they not going to play starters? Are they going to? On the show, we like to treat every game like that, unless the coach has come out and said, hey, we're not playing starters. It'll be the same for the Chiefs next week against the Broncos. Chiefs don't have to play anybody. They have the one seed. We don't know. We'll see what Andy Reid says. Maybe he wants to keep his guys out there, stay fresh, knock off the division rival Broncos. I'm not sure, but we'll have to wait until next week to find out. But it is a hard game to bet in that regard. We're just gonna treat it like a normal game, though. Same for me too. So, uh,
Okay. I will say before you go into it, I will say for that Chiefs game, um, it could just be like Andy Reid doesn't care, and we that's a Sunday game. And if you guys have watched our Sunday videos, we don't pick every game in the Sunday videos. We pick five we like, and so that will probably just be one we end up not picking.
okay,
So
fair
as far
enough.
as betting for us, that game will probably just not even be one we even throw on the board.
Okay, good point there. I'll jump into my picks for this game. I like the Lions minus 3.5. Lions are a better team. I think they're better coached too. So even if they are playing backups in this game, like I still think the backups will be able to play better. We've seen the Niners struggle a lot this year. They have Purdy back this week, which that's good for the Niners, but I just still think the Lions team is better. So I like the Lions there at minus 3.5 on the road. I'm actually going to be on the under though. The 50 points scares me a little bit, and I've done this before with the Lions, and it's like I keep telling myself, hey, take the Lions, just take the over. They're going to score 40 points on whoever they're playing against. But I'm not going to go for it. It's too high of points in my opinion, where I don't see the Niners scoring a ton of points. I can see both these teams scoring a couple touchdowns, but I don't think it's going to be any. I don't think it's going to get to 50. I think the line set really nicely too by the book, just to keep you kind of honest because you have the powerhouse of the Lions and then also the Niners who haven't lived up to what they could be or should be this year. They could go out on a good leg and be like, hey, we're gonna go out there, we're gonna put it all on the line and score 30 points. We could see that, but who says the Lions, like you said, they don't need this game? So maybe the Lions just get into a funk and they have one bad game before they start before their next game against the Vikings, where they have to pop off to actually win that game to get the division, the NFC, get the bye, all that. So I'm on the under there with 50 and a half.
Okay. No, I totally see that. I am with you on the -3.5. I am on the over. I do believe that the Lions are, like I said, going into it, assuming the Lions are going to play their starters. I'm assuming the Niners are going to play their starters. What did you mean by when you said that Purdy's back?
Purdy's back on the lines that I saw. Purdy was playing.
Well, has Purdy hasn't missed a game?
Did he not? I thought he missed last
No,
week.
no, he played last week. They lost.
Okay, did he just look terrible?
Yeah,
Okay, against the Rams, right?
no, they played the Dolphins.
They lost the Dolphins. Okay, that's right. Yeah, we actually bet on that game. Okay, my bad, guys. I thought Purdy was out because I was looking at the lines and I was like, "Is Purdy playing this game?" And I was like,
No,
and
Purdy's
then and
playing.
then I saw him there for a touchdown score, and I'm like, "Wait, he is playing." I thought he was out, but yeah, that's on me. I thought that he had missed a game.
Okay. Okay. I was like, what is this guy talking about? Purdy's back. Has Purdy missed a game? I don't believe he has. So,
He was just they
um,
just sucked. He was non-existent. That's probably where my mind was.
they had a bad game. Yes, they were going from the West Coast to the East Coast to play in Miami, and they lost to the Dolphins. So that's kind of what it was. Um, But yeah, I'm on the over here. I think Purdy's gonna have a good game. The Niners want to end the season with a good feeling. You know, they've had a bad year, but that's mostly their year's been screwed up by injuries. A lot of people on their team have been injured. Obviously, McCaffrey missing half the season, that hurts them a lot, and then Ayuk getting hurt halfway through the season. So I think they're going to come out. They're going to put their best foot forward. I like Shanahan. I think he's a great coach. So I think he'll have a game plan for this. And then obviously we know the Lions aren't just going to lie down and be like, oh yeah, kill us. We don't care. So both teams are going to try, and the Lions' defense is still pretty hurt. So I think the Niners will be able to move the ball. So I like the -3.5 with the Lions. I think they'll do enough to win the game, and I like the over with the spread. I almost picked the Niners, but it's just like they've been so inconsistent. And when you think about them losing to the Dolphins, who are not nearly the team that the Lions are, you can't take you can't take the Niners here at 3.5. And if they win by 3.5, if they don't lose by 3.5, if they win the game or whatever, it's like okay, Lions we're looking ahead, no big deal. Like you can't, but when you're looking at it straight up, it's like you have to take the Lions at face value. So that's what I'm on. I'm on the -3.5, and I'm on the.
Okay, cool. You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. I'm on the under. You're on the over. Both on the Lions here at -3.5. We like that game. Like the matchup
Right.
there. All right, four pick
For
parlays are
sure.
next. You want to go first? You want me to do the honors?
I'll go ahead and jump in there. I've got Brock Purdy going under 253.5 passing yards. That's his line. I've got Jared Goff to throw 2 touchdowns. He's done that in quite a few games this season. I've got Amon Ra to throw for 70 plus, to not for, to throw for, but to receive 70 plus receiving yards. And then I got George Kittle at 50 plus receiving yards. Kittle's done that a bunch this season. He's had a couple bad games, so I think this is his game where he kind of bounces back. And then they're going to end the season strong next week against the Cardinals. And then Amon Ra is just Amon Ra, and he's been awesome all year. So I think he can get 70 on this kind of beat up Niners secondary. This thing pays out about plus 700 over on DraftKings.
Okay, nice. I like that. What was the line for Purdy? 230.
253.5. It seemed kind of high, so I was like, okay, I'll take the under.
Okay, I like that. Yeah, Jared Goff for 2 touchdowns seems pretty gettable. I mean, it's the easiest thing, like in my opinion, especially with Montgomery still hurt. It's just Gibbs. Like, yeah, Gibbs is great, but Gibbs also catches the ball. So I like Goff there for 2 touchdowns, like a lot. I like that pick a lot. Amon Ra should have a big game. Uh, they need to keep everybody fresh and keep everybody geared up and ready for the next game. So you need Amon Ra have a big game, be able to go fresh off of maybe a 90, 100 yard game going in against the Vikings, and then Kittle 50
I don't
plus.
even
That's
think
pretty solid.
I don't even think 70 is a big game for Amon Ra. That's just kind of like a normal game for Amon Ra.
Yeah, I said 90 or 100.
And Jared Goff had that stretch where he had more touchdown passes than incompletions back from like week 4 to week 10 or whatever it was. So him for 2 touchdowns doesn't seem like too much of a stretch.
No, for sure. All right, I'll jump into mine here. I got
Yeah, yeah.
Jamison Williams, 50 plus receiving yards. Kind of the same reason that you have Amon Ra there. I think Jared Goff's gonna throw the ball quite a bit, and I like Jamison Williams here. He's kind of like the third receiver on the team. I just like him a lot there. 50 plus seems like a gettable number for him. And then next we're going Debo Samuel at 50 plus. I like Debo Samuel a lot. He does a lot of the running, at least he used to. Not as much anymore, but I just see him getting open. I think they're going to try to guard Kittle a lot in this game and try to just play maybe double coverage on Kittle. They also got Ricky Pearsall in there too. Might be able to draw somebody. I just like Debo Samuel. He is the best receiver on the team, so I'll take him. Then we got Sam Laporta at 40 plus yards. Jared Goff's throwing the rock in this game, and I love it. And then we got, last but not least, George Kittle, anytime touchdown. He's a touchdown machine. I like him here. Big games, he shows up. I like to see him get in the end zone. Pays out plus 1,059.
Jeez.
Yeah, we got a little bit more on that one. Kittle's decent plus money. Not insane, but
Yeah,
pretty good.
for sure. I don't mind it. I like Kittle to get a touchdown. Laporta for 40. We know what Laporta is. Debo 50 seems like a lot, but he is kind of one of the only weapons besides Kittle that they've even got left on that team with injuries and stuff. And then JMO, one catch for him can get him the 50. So
The only thing with
he's that
JMO,
speedster, dude. Jamison Williams is one of my favorite players to watch. He's been one of the best guys to watch just this season because, like, whenever you're watching a Lions game, you just never know when he's just gonna break it for a home run ball. It's awesome.
and when Jared Goff, like, loads up the cannon and he shoots it down the field, 9 times out of
Oh,
10, it's going to Jamison Williams.
you're like, oh, that's Jamison.
Yep,
Yep.
that's Jamison. He
And
burned
then he's
somebody
just
again.
got 10 yards on the next closest defender, and it's like, all right, yeah, that's a free touchdown.
Yeah.
That must be fun to throw to.
So for Jamison Williams, the only thing that scares me about that is the fact that he has been kind of boomer bust this year. So we're just
He
hoping
has.
for a big game here, and I mean it's not going to be. He's just not the slot receiver, the guy that's getting a 6 yard catch, 7 yard catch, and then that'll get him up to 50. He'll have a 7 yard catch, and then it's a 80 yard touchdown, and then nothing else for the rest of the game. So yeah,
Hmm.
it's kind of just a play on the one big play, which I think the Niners defense has not been great this year. I'll take a deep shot home run ball at some point during this game.
To be fair, he did start the year kind of slowly, and then he got really hot, and then he got suspended those 3 games because of performance-enhancing drugs that they said they found in his system or whatever. And so then once he came back, he was a little slow to acclimate, and then since I don't know week 12, I feel like he's come back to being what he was from weeks like 5 to 8.
Yeah, for sure. All right, let's talk my favorite touchdown scorers. I'll go
Yeah, your
first. I'll
favorite.
go first on this one. We got to talk about Jamison Williams here, plus 175. Love Jamison Williams here. Like we said, it's a deep shot. If he gets a 50-yard catch or a 60-yard catch, it's always a touchdown. I don't think he's had 40, 50-yarders, and if he has, it's not many.
Hmm.
It's always a touchdown. So we're going to double down on that play with Jamison Williams. Then we're doing George Kittle at plus 155. Like I already said, he's in the parlay for a reason. It's George Kittle, prime time. He shows up. He's a man of the people too. He likes to play rock paper scissors with you, on the camera. It's awesome. I love the vibe of George Kittle. Then we got Sam Laporta at plus 195. I like taking most of the time when I take a tight end for a game like this. I usually take the one on the opposite side of the field too. So we're just gonna throw them both together. I like that a lot. And then my reach for this game is Ricky Pearsall at plus 550. Ricky
Mm,
Pearsall's kind of just he's been a slow start. He got shot at the start of the season. He just hasn't
yep.
really found his footing yet. But I like him to be able to get another touchdown here. I'm pretty sure he has one. He possibly has two on the year. So not a lot, not great odds there for him to get a touchdown. Hence why you're getting the plus 550. But in a big game, big matchup, great defense, he's probably the one guy that would be able to get open as opposed to like a Debo Samuel or a George Kittle. So I like that a
Okay.
lot.
Okay, I do believe he has two on the season. I'm not fact checking that, but just based off my memory of watching Niners games, I believe I saw him in the end zone twice, I think. So, no, him at plus 550. That's a nice reach. For mine, I only have the three that I normally bring. I had four for the prime time, earlier tonight, but for this game, I only have the three. I've got George Kittle at plus 130 over on DraftKings. I've got Debo Samuel at plus 165 on DraftKings, and I've got Juwan Jennings at plus 175. I was gonna
Whoa.
take. Go ahead.
All Niners?
Yeah, yeah. Simply because I don't know how heavily involved the Lions are going to be in trying to score. Obviously, I took them to win the game by 4. I took the over, but I think the Niners are trying to get a good feeling before they go into the off season, which is going to have a lot of decisions with Purdy and with a lot of their pieces. So I think they're going to put up a pretty good offensive performance. So I just took all three of them. I think two of these three will probably score a touchdown. So I like that a lot. I almost took. You talk about a reach with Pearsall. I almost took use check
Yeah,
to score a touchdown.
Juszczyk
He
is
was like
always good too. He
he's
always just
plus
shows
seven
up.
hundred.
And he always is like he shouldn't score a touchdown. He usually scores a touchdown
Right.
after Kittle does. It's always weird. They go up there, hug their
He'll
wives
just
or
leak
whatever.
out the backfield and then bing, just
Yeah,
a
he lines
touchdown
up as the
run to him.
fullback.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. So I almost did that as my reach. So if you guys like use check as a reach, he's plus 700 on DraftKings. So I'm with that. I just didn't write it down because I didn't trust it necessarily enough against this Lions team. So, but that's what I like for this game. and that's where I'm at, Matt.
Cool. I like it. You like it. I like it. Hope you guys like it. Let us know in the comments below. We like those comments. But yeah, I mean, that's all that we got for you guys. Thanks again for tuning in. Anything else you want to add, Al, before we wrap?
No, we just guys, week 17 coming to a close with this game. We got week 18 next week. It's gonna be awesome. We're basically gonna have a Saturday video because there's two games on Saturday, and then we're gonna have a Sunday video, and that's gonna be it. No more Thursdays, no more Mondays, and then we have the playoffs. So thank you guys for riding with us all season long. Please like and subscribe if you guys have not, and we will catch you guys next weekend for the final videos before the playoffs start.
Sounds good to me. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll catch you guys in the next video.